Buongiorno, here Emanuele Fiore at Serhant, and here the European kid. We have this great guest here. I don't know if he flew commercial, if he flew private, but he is here. The European kid. I actually don't know your real name. What's your real name?
I don't know if I flew commercial, private.
Well,
What kind of question is that, my guy?
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. Actually, looking at your Instagram, you probably flew private, correct?
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't.
Yeah, I know. Stupid question, guys. I'm sorry. But tell me, but what's your real name?
My real name?
Yeah.
I don't disclose my real name.
Okay.
You can refer to me as Louis. I think.
Okay, Louis. All right, Louis.
Enough.
So the European kid is Louis.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, as you can see from his accent, he's French. I'm Italian. There is a big fight between Italy and France, like an historical one with soccer. You know, we beat you guys a couple times.
We beat
us.
you guys a couple of times.
Well, lately, yes.
I love Italians, but
yes.
we all know that France is more dominant than Italy.
Unfortunately, lately, I have to tell you, yes, you're right. So, but talking about you, talking about real estate, talking about assets, talking about money, I mean, it's pretty obvious you are a trust fund kid, correct?
I'm a trust fund kid?
Well, that's what you've been promoting all over your Instagram, no? I mean, your dad.
I don't. Yeah. I would not refer to myself as a trust fund kid.
So you're a self-made man. You consider yourself a self-made man.
Pretty self-made, yes.
Okay.
You know, I've worked really hard for the money that I spent, and just because I have a lot of luxury that I'm constantly showing off doesn't mean that I necessarily have. This is all my dad's wealth. Sometimes it's. I've also spent a lot of time working in my family business, so I have the right to be able to show this wealth, you know, because I've made the money too.
So you're a family office guy.
I'm a hardworking guy.
Okay.
I'm a hardworking guy.
Okay.
So don't tell me, don't say I'm a trust fund kid, because that's not the first thing you should be thinking about me.
So you are
I'm an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. Well, I like that. We're all entrepreneur here, so I like that. But it would be
Some of us manage more money than others. I don't know how much you manage, but
well, clearly less than you. But
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, exactly. But nothing wrong with the trust fund kids, by the way. I would love to have those kind of clients. The problem of those clients, like for example, if I bring you to shop around for real estate, who's my real client? It's you or it's your dad? With who I should do the negotiation?
With me, because I'm the one who has the most influence, you know? Just because my dad is rich doesn't mean he's the one buying. I'm also rich. I've also inherited money right now, so why should you be...
So you can buy the real estate by yourself, because you know sometimes
buy the real estate by myself.
Parenting gifting in New York, some building they don't allow that. So so if I'll show you homes, then you will be the owner on the deed of the house, of the apartment, and will not be dealing with your dad. Okay, well that sounds about right. So, but talking about what young guys like you like to spend money on. Like you like to, you spending money for your own pleasure, for your own sake, or to show off with somebody? What's the philosophy here?
Look, I'll be honest with you. As I've evolved, as I've matured, I've learned to cut a lot of spending that I otherwise would be spending. Obviously, when I first came to America, I was studying at an American university in Boston. So I always felt the need to go out and spend lavishly and a bit too much.
I see that lately you're spending less. I remember at Casablanca and they didn't let you in.
I'm very mature. You know, like people think that because I'm rich, I constantly have bad decision making on what I spend. But if anything, I think I've become very mature because I cut out all the spending that I'd otherwise be spending.
So
you know?
What you were spending before you consider as a stupid move?
Flights for models every other week to come see me, you know, and I've stopped this because I don't need this kind of lifestyle anymore. I'm coming to the point where I'm just a lot more mature.
By the way, those models, they were flying private with you, commercial or first?
I'm never gonna send a private jet for a model to pick up one girl.
Like that.
All the gas costs is just too much. It's easier to fly out commercial. I've already thought about it, and it's just economically does not make.
So
any
this is
sense.
a stupid spending. It was not an investment.
If they're flying with me, if I'm flying from Rome to Mykonos on my private jet, I will invite the model on my jet. But also, I don't want to invite her if my papa's there, because then he'll be like, "What the hell is this?"
It would be a bit embarrassing.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's
Your
pretty
papa,
embarrassing.
by the way, is proud of you when he see you around with a lot of girls and having fun and spending all those money.
Of course, he's like
like
living
that, right?
vicariously through me. So
Basically, he enjoy the vacation with you.
yeah.
Well, I like that.
If it was
You
him
share
in
your
my
pleasure
shoes,
with
he would
it.
be doing the same thing.
Talking about shoes, Loro Piana or Hermes?
I like Loro Piana.
Oh, I like that too.
Yes. First time doing a podcast?
Well, no, but first time having a wealthy person like you in front of me in a podcast.
I don't want to
so-
intimidate you. I'm just saying. Looks like it's the first time.
Well,
I've been here before, by the way.
I know that. Well, good job. But talking about your limited spending lately in stupid stuff.
I don't. When I talk about spending, I don't know the word limit. There's no limit to my spending.
I like that too.
They don't really go together.
That's why you came in New York from Paris.
Well, I actually was studying in Boston before.
Okay.
I grew up in Paris, and I also went to boarding school in Switzerland. So
La Rosé school, I bet. Rosé in Switzerland.
not rosé, but
No?
I know rosé. Yes,
Okay. Well, that check all the boxes.
and it's le rosé.
Le Rosé.
Ensuite le rosé.
Exactly. My Italian accent always made me make mistake. But talking
It's okay.
about
Some of us have good accents, some of us don't. It's okay.
talking about let's close this argument of the spending, because I remember you. I have a friend actually working at the Casablanca club, and they didn't let you in. You're
I
not
don't
a
know
big
what
spender
Casablanca
anymore.
is.
The club.
Morocco?
It's actually here in New York. So when you go to a club, you expect them to open the door for you, remember you as a big spender, or you just want them to know you. By the way, you are bothered by your paparazzi. I see that people are actually following you.
One
on the
question
street.
at a time. Look, I've traveled the world, and I've gone to the top nightclubs every single country that I've been to. Okay, and the only problem that I ever have is when I'm in New York, because they don't have the respect for European people. So I need to teach someone a lesson, and I will teach it. I don't care.
I
The
like that
guy's
you speak
older
like an
than me.
Italian now.
I don't care. I will go and scream to him in his face because he deserves to know some manners. So
I
when I
agree
went to
with that.
Casablanca, they should know who I am. They're a business. They should know what top clients,
It's their fault.
the
to
top
don't
customers
recognize.
that's going to spend the most
I
money.
agree.
So the blame is on them. And I spoke to my
Good
lawyers
job
and I
that you
told
did
them
that.
that I was offended by how incompetent some of their behavior was because they don't know who I am.
I know, this
The
is
audacity.
absurd.
It's preposterous.
By now, today, everybody should know who you are. As I do.
They should.
As I
They
do.
should.
As
And
I
it's
do.
not even because of my social media presence, but because of how powerful my family is. I don't need to go around. I don't want to be telling people this, but it's the truth.
How your family became so famous? Also, like through charity event, being known, like for example, UNICEF or AMFAR. Which one you going for?
I'm a big charity guy. I think we've created our own charity foundation. But what's UNICEF?
UNICEF, the one in Capri.
UNICEF. Yeah, I've done
Maybe you're more.
UNICEF.
Yeah, maybe you're more of a AMFAR guy in Paris.
What is this?
AMFAR.
Ampar?
So you clearly don't know the cause of all those charity that you are
We probably invented those
spending.
charities.
Well, could be. But let's talk some real estate a bit more because, I'm interested to know your kind of profile where you invest or spend your money. So first of all, let's say you buy your home for yourself, not as an investment, but really to live on. You are more of an uptown guy or downtown New York City?
Downtown.
Downtown.
I like the skyscrapers.
Okay, so I know already the next answer. The next question was townhouse or condo?
Both. I want a townhouse in downtown.
Oh, that's chic.
Yeah,
That's chic,
like
very
right
chic.
next to
With a
Friday.
So you're more of a townhouse, 6th floor,
Yeah, I
garden
want a
behind.
townhouse like when it's a bunch of skyscrapers around me, so I'm the only person who has a townhouse. Because I don't want to have a
Unique.
townhouse like when everyone has a townhouse next to me, like in East Village.
Yeah, they are all the same.
Or
Like,
Soho. Like I want a. Have you seen the house that Ambani has in India?
no, I didn't see it.
There's a guy called Mukesh Ambani. He's one of the richest people in Asia, and he has this huge skyscraper in the
Ah,
middle
I
of
saw it.
Mumbai.
I saw it with a townhouse
Why
looking
can I
on
not
top of
buy
the
that?
penthouse.
Why can I not buy
Well,
that?
that would be awesome. Actually, you have a townhouse
That'd be
with
cool.
eye view on a high amenities building. Yeah, nobody has in the world something like that.
Why is no one building this?
That's actually incredible.
You know,
Well,
I'm gonna go live in India. Like honestly, I want that skyscraper as my house.
New York is quite complicated when it comes to permit and Department of Building and all of that stuff. Unfortunately, New York, fortunately or unfortunately, is very much
The
regulated.
olden ages, you could build whatever you wanted. No one would tell you anything. You
Now,
want to
now
build a
it's
huge
not.
castle for you, you can do it.
Now it's not like that anymore.
Now it's like,
unfortunately.
oh, you need permission, you need to think about what other people are going to think about it, and the commune approval. It's just,
You have a good portfolio, real estate portfolio. Your
I have a
family
great
now.
one.
So you are heavily invested in real estate, I guess.
Mhm.
And other, like I have friends like kind of your similar profile, actually not as high as you are.
I'm sure they're not the same as you.
Yeah. But some guys, they like to invest in startup, some in crypto, some in vintage cars, some in jewelry, diamonds, watches. What's your main target? Like you are a startup investor, for example?
Of course, I'm a startup investor.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be an entrepreneur if I didn't do investments in startups.
So you like to bet on high risk profile investment
Absolutely.
that they
I
can
feel
bring you
that's-
10x.
Of course, I'm all about taking risk, and that's how my family's been able to accumulate the wealth that they have by taking risks. You know, that's
I
called
like
business.
that too. I like that too. And talking about your Instagram, so you do that, like you're very famous on Instagram by now, and you do that to brag about something, or why you do that? What's
Do you
your
think
goal?
I want to brag about something? Do you think I need to brag about something?
I don't know. I want to hear from you.
I'm not trying to brag about anything. I mean, if people know, they know, you know? I'm not gonna go around trying to prove anything to anyone. The whole purpose of my Instagram account is just to get girls. Just because I want to get some girls sometimes, and it's the easiest way. So I realized that if I created this whole channel about my life, it's just the best way to get people coming in my DMs.
And I see that you are a gentleman too. I saw your
course I'm a
recent
gentleman.
post where your
course.
girlfriend didn't pay for dinner, but you right away paid the bills.
Right away, pay the bills, and she takes out her little lip balm, starts putting it on during the dinner. I'm a gentleman. I'm not gonna expect her to
And
pay.
the girlfriend before that you dumped, she wanted a super sick penthouse at the Setai Hotel in Miami, but you were like,
Yes,
slow down a bit.
Amanda.
But this didn't end up well. He's an ex-girlfriend right now.
No, I don't even want to think about it. It was an awful experience. I went to the Setai, one of the nicest hotels in Miami.
Yeah, it's one of the most
And
beautiful.
I thought I'd booked the penthouse suite, but I had booked the average little peasant kind of room that you get.
And she didn't like that.
No, it was
It was pretty bad.
embarrassing,
Yeah.
to say the least.
And she deserved to be an ex.
Yeah, of course.
I like that too.
You know, and it's the hardest thing about who I am is the reality is that it's just I haven't really spoken about it with anyone, but it's really hard to find true love. You know, when you have obviously just this whole family name behind you and all this money, it's really hard to vet out who are your real friends and who are people that actually care about you.
That's so true.
And I think this is something that most people don't realize, because when you're super rich, everyone assumes that it's such an easy life. But I have to be very careful about who are my close friends, you know, because I don't know who's going to want
And girlfriend too, by the way.
girlfriends, and that's the most.
But what do you expect from them if you fly them to come to an amazing villa in Mykonos with a sick table at Scorpios? I mean, even if they would be genuine girl, they turn out to be like those spoiled girlfriend that they want you until you pay for them. Or how do you manage that?
I don't know. I feel like I need to be more, and that's why I decided I need to be less flaunting, you know, my wealth, because it attracts the wrong people. I spoke to Gary Vee, you know Gary Vee.
Yeah, of course.
I spoke to him the other day about it briefly, and he told me, yes, stop flaunting your wealth. It's not going to get you anywhere, and it's not going to attract the right people. And I think that's so true. And I think...
But now will be a long cleaning because all your persona is about that now.
But the relationship that I'm in right now with this girl, The only reason I'm with her is because I know she's rich also. So I don't have to deal with the bullshit about thinking, is she only dating me because of my money? You know, I know she's wealthy, so that's why rich people date rich people, because they don't want to.
Extra interest between them.
Yeah, the moment you know that someone's rich, like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
It's the hardest thing about being rich. You know, everyone thinks
Well,
it's easy.
I rather be rich anyway. It's hard also to not be rich.
It's very hard. It's very hard to find the person find someone you actually love and cherish.
I got that.
You're gonna see. You're gonna sell your real estate. You're gonna get a nice commission, you know, and then eventually you're gonna see
Hopefully
that
from you.
it's hard. Maybe for me, or maybe for my dad. No, maybe probably for me. Probably for my dad.
Probably for your dad. Okay.
You're gonna realize that you're gonna attract the wrong girls.
That will be difficult. Something you will have to figure out in your
It's a
life
hard life.
pattern.
It's a hard life.
Yeah. So where we are standing now, I am showing you some home because unfortunately, I don't know if you want to tell people, but right now you are renting your apartment. So you finally need to buy your first home in New York City.
Whoever said I'm renting an apartment?
Well, that's what I
I already have apartments in New York, but I'm looking to buy more.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. So maybe one day you will be a seller too. So I can sell some of your apartment as well, maybe in the near future. But let's focus on the buying. So as far as I'm understanding, you want something with view, but townhouse with a garden. I mean, this is sort of like the typical buyer. They want a property that doesn't exist or is very difficult to find.
Well, then build it.
But
I don't know what to tell you.
That's
Build
what I
it.
was about to say. I
think the best, and I think just look at the Ambani house. I want the same thing.
I
want a garage with like 5 floors.
I will find you a skyscraper with some air rights that can be bought, and then I'll introduce you to some like architect and engineer, and we're gonna be building something. This is my typical day. Buyers that they want a penthouse with like 5 bedroom and 5 golden bathroom with $1 million. Doesn't exist, unfortunately, in New York City.
Well, I'm not an Arab buyer. I don't want a golden bathroom.
But since we are the top brokerage in New York City, we will find you a deal. And so
I would like to buy a skyscraper, to be honest. I'm kind of done with the whole house thing. I would like to get like an actual skyscraper.
For that, you will need to give me some proof of fund. But
proof of funds?
Proof of funds. Unfortunately, developer, they ask for that. So listen, I trust you, I believe you, but I have to present you the right way, and they might not give you an appointment. If Elon Musk came
on this podcast, would you be asking him for proof of funds?
Unfortunately, I would. And Elon Musk, by the way, is the worst buyer because he doesn't even own one home. So even though he's probably the richest man on earth, he's not the right buyer for us.
He's not that rich.
Well, yeah, on paper, actually. Yeah, we can argue that. You might outbid him. So let's not further ado. I am going to work on a list for you, and we are going to go see some apartments. And I promise you, I will find you the best deal in New York City. All right?
I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay, you'll see it, my promise. All right, it was great talking to you, even though your French was great. And are you ready to see apartment with me?
I was born ready.
All right, so let's go then. Here, Emanuele Fiore, Serhant, the European kid. On to the next one. We go buy an apartment now. Ciao.
Andiamo.